Love Island USA, Season 8, we are back. So, this season, I decided instead of me writing those paragraphs as episode reviews, I wanted to do videos because I feel like I can actually get more of what I want to say out. Now, unfortunately, Instagram only does 3-minute videos, so if you guys want to see my full review, head over to my TikTok. So, let's get into this premiere episode. Now, the episode is almost 2 hours because 1 hour of it is intros of the Islanders, and honestly, it's my least favorite part of the premiere episodes. Now, first up, we have Kenzie. Kenzie is a ball of energy. I loved her. The only thing is she reminded me of Kayla, and respectfully, based on the preview for tomorrow, it sticks. Melanie, I really, really liked her. The one thing that sticks out is when she said she is a girl's girl and she's not going to have to say it, she'll show it. And honestly, I don't want to hear the term girl's girl at all this season. Bea, I love that she's such a positive light. I love that she's an inspiration to a lot of people. And I love that she said with her disability, it only makes her want to prove herself and work twice as hard to prove to people that she could do the things that they count her out for. And Zach, we get it. You are Charlie's brother. But I think at this point, I don't want to hear it anymore. And I know you probably won't say it just because I think he had his time and now is your time. And it's time for the viewers to get to know you. And lastly, Sean. Sean said he loves being a cop, and with all the drama going on with the Pennsylvania mayor, the fact that he's still going on there being proud to be a cop, proud to be a father, like, what are we doing? Why are we judging this guy? Now, as we've seen with the last few seasons of Love Island, you're not just picking the islander that you want to couple with like they used to. It's gotten a lot more raunchy, I guess you could say. So, of course, they're going to play a game where they pretty much swap spit with everybody. Now, this game involves doors, and doors is going to be the key theme for this episode because in the game, they pretty much ask a question and then they have to stand in front of what their answer is. When they open the door, whoever's on the other side, you have to kiss. Now, if there's multiple islanders, you're kissing multiple islanders. If there's none, you ain't kissing nobody. Now, I'm not going to get to the specifics of the questions that they ask, but all we got to say is at the end, they all opened the same door and they all were kissing each other. What stood out for me was Sean and Bea because clearly those two were attracted to each other. They opened the doors multiple times and they kissed each other, and I just knew they were going to couple up. Now, I told you guys the doors are going to be a theme for the episode, and now what they were going to do is pick who they want to couple with by standing behind a door. The girls stood behind the door of the guy that they wanted to couple up with. Now, the guys one by one were going to open the door, and whoever was standing on the other side is who they were coupling up with. If no one was standing there, they were single and left at the fire pit. But if there were multiple people standing behind the door, the guy would then get to choose which girl he wanted to couple up with. Now, 3 doors opened and created 3 couples. So we had Bryce and Trinity, we had Sean and Bea, and then we had Zach and Kenzie. Unfortunately, Casey opened his door and nobody was standing there. Sincere opened his door and he had Melanie and Anaya standing there, and he had the choice and he chose to couple up with Melanie. Now, because Anaya and Casey were left single, they were both a new couple. Now, throughout the night and through the morning, we were getting conversations with people, and it looks like Trinity and Bryce definitely have a physical attraction. I love that she was hyping him up, but when the topic of age came up, it was very clear that Trinity was not feeling it. When Casey and Anaya had their conversation, Casey said that he actually expected her to be behind the door. But one thing about the two is I didn't really see it, but when they were having a conversation and joking, honestly, I think that they're a really good match for each other. Sincere and Melanie definitely are very physical. They were kissing a lot. But clearly he's watched the show because he even asked her what he wanted for breakfast because he knows that's going to be part of his everyday routine. They did bond over being Phillies fans, so I think that's going to keep a bond between the two of them for at least a little while. It's funny because Zach and Kenzie, when I saw them, I was like, oh, on paper, I think they're going to be fine. And they were very physical at first. But one thing I did like about Zach is he straight up said that she is not my type and didn't want to lead her on, so didn't want to cuddle her. And I think it made Kenzie kind of feel away. Now, lastly, we have Sean and Bea, the couple that I thought were going to make it. And honestly, their banter with each other was great. Did like that they were both athletic, but it was very, very clear to me that Bea does not date people that have kids. And even though she's like, hey, I'm not going to marry this person, I might give him a chance, it's clearly going to drive a wedge between the two of them. And I hate that it's going to blindside Sean. Now, Ariana arrives back to the villa, and we all know when she comes, there's never really any good news, right? So she brings these doors back and she says who wants to stay with their current couple and who wants to explore. Now, the way they were going to do this is stand on opposite sides of the doors again, and you're going to either stand on green if you want to stay, red if you want to explore. If we've watched Love Island before, we know bombshells are about to enter. We knew Gabriel was coming in, but I was shocked to see one more Islander. So then Kada walks in with Gabriel, and man, these two are bombshells. They are given the opportunity to walk over to the two islanders that said that they wanted to explore and just make out with them. Gabriel wasted no time, and I felt bad for Sean because I don't know if Sean knew that Beatrice was actually kissing him. But the way the girls were reacting, it's very clear that he wasn't lying when he said he is a good kisser, and he's gonna be some trouble, I'm not gonna lie. Now, Kata, she went and gave kisses to Zach and Bryce, and honestly, they weren't as passionate as Gabriel's kisses, but I don't know. I just don't feel like there's any spark between any of them. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't see it. But that doesn't take away from the fact that Kata is actually one of the best bombshells that we've seen in a very long time. Once they were done kissing, Ariana told the bombshells to take the islanders that wanted to explore off to a secluded area where we saw the preview for tomorrow. Now, I do feel very bad for Kenzie because it's clear that she felt some kind of way because she knew that Kato was kissing Bryce. The girls were even trying to calm her down and tell her she has nothing to worry about, but I think she knew right then and there she made the wrong choice. I mean, looking at the previews for tomorrow, I'm actually really excited for it. I do feel very bad for Kenzie because she's already crying on day one. Like I said, it does give Kaylor, respectfully, because I love Kaylor, but I just feel like it's too early to have your feelings hurt like that, especially when I don't even think she was blindsided. She knew she wasn't his type. Gabriel, on the other hand, he is not wasting any time, and it looks like him and Beatrice are like, honestly, I think that they're going to become a couple, man. But look, those were my thoughts on episode one. Honestly, I thought it was a really good episode. Like I said, I don't really like these intros, but once the pace started to go, I really thought it was a great episode. I can't wait until tomorrow. And once again, Love Island, we are back. We're in for this wild ride for the next 6 weeks. And honestly, let's try to keep it positive. Let's try to have fun. And I will see you guys in the next review.